Good day. Welcome to the overview of the CRM for Shahid Management for real estate agents. This is for agent leads. What's an agent lead? An agent lead is someone who enters the situation once a contract has been signed. Either on the buying side, they found the home, submitted an offer, got the offer accepted. Now they're under contract for a property purchase, and an agent lead would at that point assist from there. Or on the seller side, a seller is interested in listing their home on the MLS with us, and they sign a listing contract to be able to get the home listed. At that point, the agent lead will come in and assist as needed. So, how does the CRM help agent leads? Well, very much so. So, we'll start on the dashboard. Probably the most important um, window that you'll be on as far as an agent lead because it'll show you some pretty good information here that you can um, see. There's 20 open opportunities right now. Um, you can see like conversion rates of things that have entered the one status. You could also come down here and see the different funnels, such as you know, and you can kind of see where your team is at as far as these listings here. I'll go over this more in 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 a few. Just want to show an overview about what you can actually see. So you've got the funnels where you can see the different queues and you can see the different statuses um, of what's in every stage. And also here you got stage distribution where you can also have a different view of similar information. What's most important, I would say, is the task dashboard. This is how you're going to know what your agents need to be doing next. So this task right here, this task board, this list will let you know what tasks have been assigned to your account, but the agent working the account, is the one who's responsible for these tasks. I've made videos to let the agents know, look for their work here, as well as in the opportunities. But this is the main thing. You'll be able to kind of see uh, what's overdue. Now, there's going to be stuff that's overdue, and we can't do anything about it. Something like get contract for MLS listing. Anything that has a lead that's expressed interest in actually doing business with us, once they get to the point where they're assigned to the proper place, a task will get assigned, such as this one that says it's a seller lead, and then the get the contract for MLS listing for this person. This just means that we've talked to this person and they've said, yes, I'm interested in selling my house with and listing my house with you guys on the MLS. And so they're in this stage now. And this task will be created. And this task may be here for a week. It may be here for 6 months. It may be here for a year. It just depends on how long it takes to get that person to sign the listing contract. So just because you see overdue doesn't mean that, you know, it's necessarily a bad thing. um, because there's certain tasks that are just going to be overdue. Now, there's certain tasks that should not be overdue, and they should never be overdue, and that's stuff like make warm calls, make initial call, um, make warm call to. These are follow-up calls. The money's in the follow-up. So these things should not be overdue. So this is what you can look for as a lead to be able to say, hey, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Agent, you've got, I see several warm calls that need to be made, task on the system for you. And that way you can follow up with them as needed based on what you see here. If you go to all the tasks, you'll be able to see all the tasks that have been. I really don't like this view, but it is what it is. If you wanted to see more details about them, you can go here. But here's how the system board works. It all starts with opportunities. You've got your pipelines here. So I'll just go over these pipelines. These first two pipelines at the top, these are for the agent lead as well as the agent. So home buyer accepted offer. This is somebody has accepted an offer for their home, meaning a lead has talked to us, said, yes, we want to buy a home. Can you help me out? Sure. Agents help them through the stage of getting pre-qualified. They've helped them through the stage of finding a home. And now they've given them the paperwork for, or, they've submitted an offer to a seller, and that offer has been accepted. So that paperwork comes back. The agent will assign that lead opportunity to this pipeline, home buyer accepted offer, and then in this stage, accepted offer for home. So I don't know if the agent lead is going to take over from here or just kind of oversee the process from here and make sure that it keeps going forward. But either way, both agent lead and agent are looking to work out of these two queues and update them as needed. So the purchase got accepted, the contract got accepted. Now it's get them into financing and then get them closed on the home, or is it delayed? Keep it at that stage. So once it's at this point, these tasks are not going to um, give out a task. So it's up to the agent lead and possibly the agent to check this particular queue, as often as needed to make sure that this person who we said going into financing, how they're doing in financing. Are they moving forward with it? Is it delayed? What's going on to kind of keep that. And the same thing goes for the accepted listing. Once a contract is signed and a seller is ready to put their house on the MLS with us, they'll go here. And then once you can help oversee the situation from here. Once the contract's signed to get it ready to list, which means, do you have to do repairs? Do you got to do, whatever the case may be, it's ready to list here. Once it's actually listed, you can move it here. And then after a while, if the listing's not getting any traction and there's nothing else we can do, move it to dead listings, just hold it there for a while and eventually close it out if needed. Or once it gets sold, we put it to the sold column and just leave it there. Once something's in the sold column, go ahead, keep it here, and we will come back and um, you know clear it in the one status once we do our side of the paperwork with the deal, whatever. So once you get it to the sold column, that's pretty much where you're pretty much done with it as far as the CRM goes. So that is a perspective of an agent lead. Now, the agents will be working in these three queues here, these three pipelines. So home buyer lead comes in. Uh, we the whole process is like this. Home buyer lead comes in. Okay, we click the details. Once they fill out our form, immediately they're gonna get a text message. It's gonna say, "Good day. We received your form submittal. The realtor's going to be reaching out today. If they can't get a hold of you, they'll reach out again during the week." And then another minute goes by and it says the realtor name is Enrique Rangel. Please expect a call from him or his agent Faith. Okay. So that's going to happen within 2 minutes of the person filling out the form. So that's our link to get to the text message to say, hey, you fill out a form. This is how to contact us. We'll get the lead and we'll create an opportunity and we'll pretty much put all of the notes and stuff, the important information from over here, we'll put it over here. This way you don't have to go over here and pretty much look for anything at all because all the notes will be right here. So you can easily see that this person is looking to buy a home. They're not looking to sell. They're only looking to buy a home in the next 2 to 6 months, 250,000 to 400,000. And this is the area, Spring Woodlands, and this is what they're looking for. So they should already be in the system for your home search portal looking for a home to buy. uh, by the time it gets to you, because of course, this is going through the process. So basically, there's a in portal stage. So the lead will be here, and the lead shouldn't stay here for very long because as soon as the agent gets us, so the lead will, so once, well, yeah. So let me go back. They get this information. We create within 2 minutes. We create the opportunity as soon as we can. We try to do it in the first 15, 20 minutes So once we create the opportunity and we manually create it in this sales home buyers put in portal, we put it here. Once it's here, any of these stages that has an emoji like this means that a task is going to get automatically assigned to the person. So we assign it to this, we assign it to this stage. The agent will then get a text message that says, good day, Faith. We've got a home buyer gave us their information. They're awaiting a call. So that way that the agent can know, hey, we just got a new lead. You know, ideally we want them to work on it right away. But at least they'll know, they'll have a notification that hey, something's come in. And so once we assign it to that stage, wants to buy, the system will actually send this message that says, "Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Ocon. Name's Faith. I work alongside Enrique and Mr. Smith. I understand you're interested in buying a home. I'm here to walk you through these initial stages of purchasing a home and help you find your dream home. I will give you a call the next day or two. Please text back here anything you would like me to know prior to that call." This way, we have an established link between them filling out a form, knowing how they can contact us, and then actually having the actual human agent who's going to be working with them send a text message. And this is all automatic. The agent doesn't even have to do that. Once the agent gets it, all they have to do is just pick up from here. You know, um, like it already says they're going to call them, so that's the first thing they're going to do is going to make the call. So they're going to come here, they're going to go to their task, they're going to see that, hey, make a warm call is the next step, next stage. This is what we need you to do all this stuff. They're going to clear it. They're going to come to their notes. They're going to add. They're going to make the call, and they're going to add notes as needed. And then they're simply just going to move it along, and they're going to do that in this portal because if it's in this stage, it means it hadn't been touched yet. And as you can see right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 leads that need to be touched. Now these 8 leads are going to possibly be called 3 times the next week. That's a lot of phone calls. That's a lot of work. The agents need to understand that there's going to be a lot of work and you know they need to make time to contact these leads because we cannot have leads sitting up here like this lead. Let me show you. This lead's been up here, and some of these leads are simply because they're old, because we had them in the old system, moving to the new system, so they could be old. So not everything on here is the fault of the agent. It's necessarily that there's old information that's come in. But this one's been here since Friday, August 2nd. Today is Tuesday, August 6th. Um, and nothing's happened with this. So this is an old, outdated lead. Something needs to happen with this lead. So as an agent lead, if you come in here and you look at any of these queues, sales home buyers, sales home sellers, if you see anything in this first column, you know those need to get touched. This is where everything incoming comes in. So this needs to be touched. Um, Also, the same thing with these leads over here. These leads need to be touched. These leads are inactive. So we got to call them and see are they still inactive. And if they are, at some point, we need to get them to the abandoned stage so that we can clear them off the board. Now, I'm not going to do it right now because that's for the agent to do. But point I'm trying to make is that these leads have been here for a while. I don't think that the agent is actually doing things for them, but I did create the videos yesterday on Monday. So the expectation is out there now. The expectation is out there of what to do, how to do it. And they're on the login.shahidmanagement.com web page if you want to go check the videos out for yourself to kind of get an understanding of what the agents are actually doing. So like I said, these are where the incoming leads are. If you see a lot of leads here, then that's a good indicator to deal with the agent and say, hey, we've got some leads that are old that need to be contacted. And like I say, if they hit the no answer, I think the task is for 2 days after that to call them again. And if they don't answer again, you then move them to over here to this stage and contact no answer again. And then they'll have 5 days to clear that lead from the board, meaning they can call them once a day, every day, and just put notes on there, call no answer, no answer again, no answer again. And then on the fifth day, they can close it out. Or if they call them on the third day and they don't answer again, and they can make a decision to say, because you didn't answer twice, or you three times you didn't answer. The first time you got here, the second time you got here, then the third time while you're in this column, they didn't answer again. So then they go ahead and clear it off the board. That's very important because we don't want, you know, there's so many leads on the board at all times. We've got to clear these leads off of the board. If they're not answering their phone, we got to clear them. We got to let them go. We got to you know, we got to clear this board. We can't have this board build up, because one of the things that I'm doing is I'm looking at this board and I'm saying, like, I look at it right now and I say, hey man, I need to stop marketing because there's too many leads on the board. Nothing's happening. So, I'm it's costing me money to further acquire leads. And if the leads aren't getting contacted, then you have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 leads over here that are just sitting here and not doing anything with. So we got to make sure that the agents are staying on top of the follow up and properly moving these leads through the system. You start here, it wants to buy, you put it in the portal. When it's in portal, they put it in the home search portal, and then they make the phone call. Based on the phone call, you move it over. Was the number inactive? Did they answer? Did they not answer? Okay. Did these in the not answer again? Put them over here. And then these in the not answer again, call them not answer another time. Then you can clear them from the board. So what you're looking for as a team lead is, if you're going in each of the queues, you can say, I'm going here. I'm looking for what's in this wants to buy. Okay. This is the main thing. This is the initial lead comes in. We haven't contacted them yet, and we want to contact them as soon as possible, because we know, like, my experiences with you was, I was talking to my lender. They proposed a situation where I sell my home. I asked them, I asked them, how can I move forward with that? They said, oh, hey, great, let me get you in touch with the realtor. And I don't know if they transferred me directly to you or if you called me back, but it was within 5 minutes. So my my stance on that was, okay, hey, let me work with you. You know, I mean, that's just the basis of it. There were other things that made me want to work with you. You know, calling me Mr. Smith was a very big one that I felt very respected. So that those are those little things that, I'm not going to teach all that here, but the main point I'm trying to make is that very someone called me very recently, so that's what I'm implementing here. Is anything here that just wants to buy, they've got at least a text message, but we still need to get on the phone with them as soon as possible. So you want to check this column. These are the ones that need to be contacted. So these are the ones I would be more concerned with. The same thing with the sales interested. Is the interested in buying? These guys have expressed that they want to move forward but hadn't signed the contract yet. And once they get to the point where they're going to sign a contract through all of these stages, then they'll go to the accepted offer. And then that's where you kind of come in and kind of monitoring this queue. For the seller side of it, you have the sales home sellers put in MLS. The thing about the home sellers is that anybody that gets here on a waiting callback, they're going to already have been spoken to, whether it was our investment team who was looking to get an investment deal from these guys and it's just not going to work out. They need to sell at retail value, whatever the case may be. We're going to send them here. So once you get a lead here, most likely, well, I want to say, let me see. I want to try to find some different scenarios. So yeah, most likely you'll have this information, which is just a quick link to Zillow that will show you what the house is worth and stuff like that. You can see real quick, and also a quick link to a HAR search that's filtered out by what sold in the last year, and then how many bedrooms and bathrooms it is. You can kind of see just quickly what home values of people that have actually paid in the last year. So that's a quick thing to help. Most of the time, I'll have a number here for comps, what I think the comp would be worth, and what we could list it as is kind of a starting point. But of course, do your own research, do your own due diligence to make that determination, or the agent will do their due diligence to make that determination. But our team will at least give them some information here. And depending on where the lead comes from, like you may just have the address and not much else with it, but there may also be things like what the repair cost would be and all that, depending on how far it got with the team. And so those are the three. And also there's the real estate leads pipeline. Now this particular pipeline, this comes from another vendor that we work with who gets us leads as well. This is the pipeline that requires you to use the in-app phone services. So anything in this real estate leads pipeline must use the in-app phone services, meaning that if I'm using my phone and I come to this lead, I can literally press the call button and it'll make a call and it'll record the call inside here so that you can easily come back to it and see as well. And in this pipeline, what you'll notice about this pipeline is everything is kind of here. There is no, okay, they're interested, send it to this other pipeline. There no there it's all going to be here because the vendor, they monitor this pipeline, and when things get to the point where they're ready to close on and stuff, that's kind of how we keep track of everything in here. But you can see it's pretty much the same thing. The leads, we get the leads here. You don't see those leads until we assign it here to put in portal. But there's three in here right now that need to be contacted. And like it's the same thing. You got no answer, inactive. But instead of having all the different no answer again, and inactive, they're all kind of consolidated right here. And it's just to save space because we've got so many tasks or so many stages here already. So if they're interested in buying, they'll put them in this column. If they're not interested, put them in here. If they're delayed, put them in there. If they're not qualified to buy, put them here. If we're starting the processes, we'll put it there. If it's they're pre-qualified, put them here. And it's just the same thing as the other queues, just all kind of right here in this one pipeline. All right, excellent. So let's recap. What's most important for an agent lead to know? Oh, let's go to the funnels real quick. So the funnels, like I said, you can change the funnels here and have it set how you want. Maybe you want to see home buyers here at the initial stages, and you want to see home sellers here. You can see that set up however you want. Now, keep in mind, these aren't real-time data. They are somewhat delayed in information. Like I know if Angela Ashley Teeters, oh, you can't see it. Oh, okay, okay. Well, you can see it here, but you can't see the actual details of it. But this still gives you an idea of what to look for. So instead of having to go all the way in opportunities and go here and look here, you can just say, all right, on my dashboard, I see there's a bunch of stuff in, wants to buy, and then I can go to that column and I can see exactly what's there. Okay. So yeah, the main things are the task. You can see the tasks here. Things such as make warm call, system make initial call, make warm call to. Those are the things that should not be overdue. And there are overdue right now because we're newly setting the system up. But once the agent understands that this is where their tasks are and understands how to move leads through the opportunity board, this will get minimized and you'll only have on here stuff like get contract for MLS listing or get contact pre-qualified to purchase a home or whatever the case, whatever it is actually assigned. But that's the main thing that you could look for. And this is how you could know what your agent is doing and how far they are behind or how on top of things they are and how you can help them stay on top of things. But if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call and we'll work it out from there. Thanks. See you on the next one.